We are talking today about a fragrance that has taken me by storm. I did not anticipate falling in love with this one. It came in my Neiman Marcus Beauty Advent Calendar, and I have fallen in love with it. It's a brand I'd never even heard of previous to receiving it in the Beauty Advent Calendar. It is by Matiere Premiere, and it is Vanilla Powder. Obviously just a little guy, but you know, little people can still pack a punch. This little beauty, despite having received my baby cat and been so excited to wear baby cat, I put this on Monday and I fell in love with it. I have worn it every single day this week, and you guys know with my selection, that says something. This, oh my gosh, is the sexiest. I don't even want to say it's sexy. It's just seductive. It's enticing. It's one of those, you know, I've spoken of colognes before or men's fragrances before, where you smell it and you just kind of get that, you know, like that feeling right after a first kiss when it's like a mix of excitement and just, where you're just discombobulated. But this fragrance does that to you. Vanilla Powder. So just by the name alone, you kind of get the idea that it's going to be more of a vanilla baby powdery scent. And I think that's deceitful, because though I maybe get, I don't know, a trace of that powdery scent in here, I would not call this a powdery scent. I get vanilla, I get musk, I get like a coconut milk type vibe even from it. But it is definitely, I'm not saying it's coconutty, it just kind of has a coconut milk essence to it perhaps. But yeah, it is, I'm in love, and it's a reasonable price. So let's go over the notes of Vanilla Powder by Matiere Premiere. Matiere Premiere Perfumes aims to have a natural sourced fragrance. Want to be as clean of a fragrance as they can. They claim to have between 85 to 92% natural ingredients, also vegan, folate free, and without any coloring agent. The fragrances are said to have an impeccable sillage, an emotional imprint that will never fade. They say they pay particular attention to pushing the aging process from maturation to maceration in order to ensure the most quality within their fragrances. As I said, the Matiere Premiere fragrances are very reasonably priced. I'm looking at Neiman Marcus as that is where, obviously, I obtained this deluxe sample, again, from my Beauty Advent Calendar. Well, shoot, now that I'm looking it up on Neiman Marcus, it isn't listed, so I'm thinking they probably sold out. Probably, like me, an onslaught of people received the sample in the calendar, and now they all bought out the bottle. But, okay, let's look at one of their other, I'm just looking over them again just to ensure I did not just miss it. The 3.4, the 1.7 or 50 milliliter is $205. And I'm going to assume the 3.4 ounce 100 milliliter is also the same as this one. I'm looking at French Flower for $280. So pretty reasonable for niche fragrance, especially from Neiman Marcus. The initial idea behind the fragrance was to create a contrast between a dark vanilla and a white Palo Santo wood. Proud of myself for being spot on with those ingredients there, but according to Frangradika, Vanilla Powder is a 2023 fragrance, so a fairly new perfume. The creator behind the fragrance, Aurélien Gouchard, I know I butchered that. According to Frangradika, again, the top notes are coconut powder and heliotrope. Middle notes, Madagascar vanilla. The base notes, vanilla absolute, white musk, Palo Santo, lactones, and coconut. So again, pretty much spot on what I had said. You get the musky, it's a musky vanilla with a hint of coconut to it, but again, not coconut, more of a coconut milk. It sounds like Blanche Bête by Liquid Imaginaire when you mention the notes, but I would not say that it smells, I mean, like, obviously I could have both in my collection. They have the same vibe perhaps, but I personally feel that Blanche Bête is much more musk, while Vanilla Powder is more on the sweet, deep vanilla type smell.
I'm just in love with it. I think it's an absolute beautiful fragrance. I think that you get that sexy, seductive vibe with the musk within the fragrance, and the vanilla just gives it that sweet allure. I think that this is going to be one of my new favorite fragrances for these winter months. I think this is a perfect year-round fragrance. I think that it definitely could vibe for those colder nights, but it also could be just as easily worn during the spring and summer, such as my Nichane 100 Silent Ways. It could be a contender for Nichane, come to think of it. It has a lot of those same qualities, but again, Vanilla Powder is more of a musky fragrance, while again, 100 Silent Ways is more of the sweeter vanilla type fragrance. Not that this one isn't sweet, but it does have the musk to mellow it out. Is it more feminine or masculine? I think it's easily middle of the road. Again, it is a bit sweeter with that vanilla, so I think, let's look. What did Frangradika say? Frangradika agreed with me that it is a unisex fragrance. There is something, okay, forgive me you guys for this bit of a tangent, but in my 20s, there was this guy I dated, and I was in love with how he smelled. And every time I was with him, I'd be like, what are you wearing? And he'd tell me that the only thing he had on was Carmex. And recently on someone else, I was smelling that same smell, and I'm like, oh my, what are you wearing? And I'm like, do you have on Carmex? And he didn't.
Playing ring around the camera here. Either I'm out of storage space or out of battery. Regardless, as I was saying, there's just something about the smell of Carmex apparently with me that I find alluring, like a pheromone. I don't know what that is. However, this kind of has the same vibe to it. Not that it smells like Carmex, but it has that like sweet, musky, alluring quality to it. So when I was saying that it could easily be, I'm not sure how much I got taped, but it could easily be feminine just as well as it could masculine. I think because of that, you know, obviously it was enticing to me back then, and it still is to this day. Easily unisex fragrance. I'd say it has a moderate sillage in terms of longevity. Again, this is on me personally, and I think, you know, perfumes were different on different people. People are always commenting on my videos, oh, I didn't have longevity at all, it didn't last on me, and sometimes I agree with them, and other times it's like, okay, it lasted forever on me. But I think just your own body chemistry will wear fragrances differently. And this little gem lasted throughout the entire workday for me. And granted, I always wear these little bracelets, and I think the bracelets kind of hold the fragrance. And now, even now, I can still smell it on the bracelets themselves. But regardless, when I swish my hair, you know, like I'm smelling the fragrance throughout the day. And I think that says something, especially after 5 days of wear, where you'd think that my nose would be, you know, kind of used to it by now, and maybe desensitized to it a bit, where I'm not smelling it as much, regardless of if other people can smell it on me. I highly encourage you to check this out. When I'm done with my sample, I will be purchasing the full-size bottle. I think it's a reasonable cost and definitely a gem of a fragrance, and I'm so happy that Neiman Marcus included it in their beauty advent calendar so that I could be introduced to it and fall in love with it. There are a lot of gems, again, in the Neiman Marcus beauty calendar. I actually looked it up again the other day. They apparently had it 50% off, so $110 for that entire calendar, and I'm so bummed because I would have considered buying another one just because I was so happy with what they included this year. Make sure to check out my lives if you didn't see all of the unboxings. Gracie has some cameos, and the recording of those videos is very organic and kind of about as home movie as my videos could be. But I think that was my point in them. I wanted them to be just, you know, spur of the moment, off the cuff, at home with me and Gracie, unboxing my beauty advent calendar. So I hope that you enjoyed them. I enjoyed making them, and so make sure to check those out if you're interested. I'm contemplating making a whole kind of summative video of all of the days, just locking them all into one, and then maybe including some reviews on the products as I create them and kind of intermix them among the unboxings. If you're interested in that, please let me know. I hope you all are doing well and enjoyed your holiday seasons. I hope you're having a great start to the new year. Apparently this is quitting day, where typically people the majority of people, what they say, like 75% or something like that, give up their New Year's resolutions by today. So I hope y'all are still persevering and kicking through them. I'm not, but I don't think I even made it to day one. So, you know, we'll just start it February 1st and say it's a, you know, it's a new month, new start, let's go. I kind of gotten into crypto lately. It's apparently the bull run, and I've been kind of OCD about what's going on with the crypto market. It's kind of just been a distraction from everything else going on in my life. So that's, do you guys touch on crypto? Is anybody a crypto believer out there? You going on this bull run with me? But I hope you all are doing well. I love you all and appreciate you all so much. I hope to see you in another video soon. Until then, words of wisdom to leave with is, you guys know my love of words. I can never commit to just one, so we're going to start with C.S. Lewis. You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. One of my favorite authors from my youth. And the next by Craig D. Lounsbrough. Any new beginning is forged from the shards of the past, not from the abandonment of the past. Kind of food for thought there with that one. Again, love you all. If you want another fragrance review, go here, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.